This way we won't forget today. We're going to start up in like a minute. Tonight's training is going to be a really, really good one. It's something that I really am versed in, and it's something that like a lot of you guys struggle with, and it doesn't have to be always be so hard, you know? Protein. Because protein is so important. It's the most important macronutrient. Macronutrient is macronutrients is protein, fats, and carbs, and alcohol, I guess you could say. Protein has 4 calories per gram. Carbs have 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram. But all alcohol isn't created equal. Like vodka versus wine versus a mixed drink, because a lot of most mixed drinks like have like a lot of other stuff in it, you know? But we'll give everybody one more minute and we will get started. Hope you guys all had the best day of your freaking life. I know Rocky did. He went for like a nice long walk today. I didn't go to the gym today. I always go to the gym. Like I go to the gym every single day, and I've been so tired. And I took a rest day today, and I took a day off from the gym today. So me and him went for a long walk. I went to sleep like after the training, our Zoom last night, and I woke up at like midnight, and
Ah,
I like couldn't go back to sleep for like 2 hours. It was so annoying. All right, let's get things started. Rocky, can I get things started? Can you get away? It's okay. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna get things started. All things protein. I'll mute people as if you're it's all good. Oh, all right. I thought people couldn't see me. Let me share my screen. All right. You guys should be able to see this. Let's get into it. Easy ways to hit your protein goal. Why protein matters for busy women. Doesn't matter if you're a busy woman. It doesn't matter if you're a mom. It doesn't matter if you are a young kid. Doesn't matter if you're a man. Protein is important for everybody. But a lot of us struggle to hit our goals. And I mean, if we can hit our protein goal versus not hitting our protein goal, it's almost more important than working out. It's not more important than working out, but aesthetically, it's just as important. So, what protein deficiency looks like? Energy crashes by 3 p.m. every day. Like you're constantly feeling tired and reaching for sugary snacks. Always hungry an hour after eating. If you're never satisfied with your meals, you're constantly grazing. And losing muscle while trying to lose weight. The scale goes down, but you're getting softer, not stronger. Um, I know some of you, and I know you guys know a lot of people on GLP-1s, like Ozempic and that type of thing. Those are peptides. And a lot of them struggle with that. Like a lot of them don't get the proper instruction from the doctor on what to do. So they'll just think, oh, the scale's going down, I'm winning. But they're just becoming like an unhealthier version of themselves. So let's take like Rhonda, who's 252 pounds and she's on Ozempic. Now she's 185 pounds, but she just lost all her muscle. She's literally the same unhealthy person, just at a lower weight. Her bone density is still bad. Her muscle mass is still bad. Um, and then when she does, if she ever wants to go off the medication, she's going to gain the weight right back because her metabolism is a lot different than it used to be because she's like a lighter person now. She's a much lighter person now. She's just less of a person. So her metabolism slowed down. And unless she healed her way with eating, she's going to regain all the weight. So maintaining your muscle mass on the way down is oh so important. GLP-1 or not. I thought eating less would help me lose weight, you would think, right? I used to think that. Like I used to not really focus on protein. Like before I was a coach, like I knew the ins and outs, but like after I got divorced, like I wanted to like get shredded, you know what I mean? And I thought just eating less was the way to go. And that was like right before I got into like the real coaching. Like that's right before I got certified and all that. But I didn't really. I just thought like eating less was like I used that. That's when I belonged to three gyms. I belonged to a 24-hour gym. I belonged to another gym I just did cardio at. I didn't really know. I thought just eating less food was the way to go. So I was working off. I was working out. I was working my butt off, but I wasn't eating the right amount of protein. So I was just spinning my wheels. Like I wasn't getting the progress that I could have gotten. My body wasn't getting the fuel that it actually needed for me to see progress. So what protein really does, it keeps you full and satisfied more than anything else. That and fat too. So the way that I like to look at it is protein keeps you satiated. Fat keeps you satiated down the line. Like if you eat protein and fat, like at say 9 o'clock, it's gonna hold you over easily till lunch. If you eat carbs, it's going to like satiate you in the short term. It's going to satiate you for the next couple hours, but within maybe even a couple hours, you're going to be hungry again. But protein is more kind of like fat. It's like it keeps you full. It really helps like sustain your energy. It's not like carbs where you might eat a banana or eat something and then be hungry half an hour later or an hour later. It also protects your muscle while losing weight, and that's what we want to do. We want to when we say we when I want any client to lose weight, we want to lose fat. That is the word. We want to lose fat. We don't want to lose weight. Weight is fat and muscle. Fat is fat, muscle is muscle. So anytime we're losing, we want to burn fat, you know? And after age 35, as I talk about it all the time, as a woman 35 and older, you're losing 1 to 3% of your muscle mass every single year if you're not working out and getting adequate protein. So it's so important to get your protein in. Gives you energy to keep up with it's going to give you energy to keep up with your kids. It's going to stabilize your blood sugar so you're not crashing in the afternoon when you're picking them up from school. It's going to help you feel strong and confident because you're going to have more muscle mass, and that's going to make daily tasks way easier. And it's going to help you like what you see in the mirror a little bit more. It's going to help with your aesthetics more than anything. Three protein myths that a lot of people leave. I'm going to get bulky if I eat too much protein. Protein builds lean muscle, not bulk. You need heavy lifting for that. And even at that, we talked about that yesterday. You guys are missing testosterone for that. So you're not going to get bulky. Protein powder is just for gym bros. It's not. Protein powder is a supplement. And if anything, gym bros abuse the protein powder. Protein powder is a supplement. So when you can hit your protein from whole foods, protein powder is a supplement. Just like it's like there to supplement you when you can't hit your protein goal from real food. And then thinking that you get enough protein from your salads. Most women are getting half of what they actually need. I actually made a post about that today. But most women are getting like half of what they actually need in protein a day. A lot of women that I talk to, they're getting 30, 40 grams of protein a day, and they think that's a lot. They're like, it's hard to get that much in. And it's just the way that it's crazy the way how culture is that we aren't taught more to eat what is going to help us live longer. You know, it's just absolutely mind-blowing that the education isn't more out there, you know? Struggle comes from always rushing, never planning, grabbing whatever's quick instead of what fuels your body, feeding everybody else first, making sure your kids eat while neglecting your own nutrition, and diet mentality from the past. Years of being told to eat less instead of being told to eat better. The good news is small changes make big differences. You don't need to overhaul everything. You just have to add protein to what you're already eating. Habits build upon habits. So even if you start with one meal, you master it, and then you move on to the next. I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to get more protein in. So you want to aim, like as a woman, you guys want to aim for, like I put 20 to 30 grams of protein for every meal. You really want to make that, you really want to aim for like 40 to 50 if you can, but like even 30 to 40 is good, and even 20 to 30 is good if that's all you can manage. if you're not tracking right now, like most of my clients track their food intake, and when they start with me, all I want them to track is their calories and their protein. Um, I have somebody starting with me next week. I just want her tracking her protein to start. That's all I want her tracking. Tracking stresses a lot of people out. You know what I mean? A lot of people have disordered eating. There's like multiple reasons why tracking is not for everybody. But knowing what you put into your body is super important. And it's not just the calories, it's the freaking protein. So sometimes it doesn't hurt to track your protein so you know where you're at. You know what I mean? Like you might think you're hitting like 120 grams of protein a day and you might only be at like 50. And then you're wondering like why you're stuck, why your progress, why the progress isn't coming. One thing you can do is add 10 grams of protein a day until you hit your goal. So we're going to get more into the numbers in a little bit before we're over 40. Aim to zero point 0.2 to 1.2 per pound of your body weight. Protein in every meal. Start with breakfast. Most people get the least protein from their breakfast, but moving protein to the morning helps with weight management. And don't save it for all for dinner. It's better to spread protein consumption evenly throughout the day, which is absolutely, absolutely true. But what helps a lot of my clients is front loading your protein. What does that mean? What does front loading your protein mean? It means getting a ton of protein in the morning. What is that? Well, isn't that going to make me gain? No, it's not going to make you gain weight because at the end of the day, it's total calories. But when you front load your protein, not only are you not chasing a protein number the rest of the day, because that's what you're doing when you don't eat breakfast and then lunch gets away from you, then what are you doing? Then you're stuck like trying to bang out like 110 grams of protein a night, which isn't easy for everybody. But if you front load your protein, like my client Stephanie, she posted on her story today, and I posted it on mine. I think she had like 50 grams of protein with her breakfast for her breakfast. That is how you stay on point. And once you make that a habit, it just gets so much easier. And then you can spread out your protein throughout the day. You don't have to eat you can like have more carbs at dinner or for lunch or for whenever you want. You know what I mean? It really opens up your day so you can enjoy your day even more, you know? So that's front loading your protein. So that's eating your protein, like a lot of protein, like right when you wake up, like just getting it out of the way in a way. You know what I mean? But what else is that going to do? That's going to satiate you. 50 grams of protein. She's not thinking about food at 10. Like if she eats that at like 8 in the morning, she's not like thinking about food while she's sitting there working at 10:30 because she's good. She just had 50 grams of protein. She's set and her body is getting the signal just to do everything that it's supposed to do. Easy ways to hit your protein goal. Keep protein snacks on hand. Prepare hard-boiled eggs, portion out Greek yogurt, keep nuts on hand, cheese sticks readily available between meals. You want to boost your current meals. So you could add a scoop of protein powder to your morning smoothie or your oatmeal or your coffee or your yogurt. So you can serve cottage cheese and scrambled eggs, lentils for soups. Big thing is egg whites. Like a lot of you guys love eggs. Egg whites are pure protein. Eggs are half fat, half protein, basically. It's like 6 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein. Egg whites are pure protein. So if you like eggs, mix like you want to just mix it up. So instead of doing like 4 eggs or 3 eggs, do like 1 egg, the rest egg whites. You're gonna hit that protein goal. You're gonna hit 50 grams just like that. An easy, easy, easy one for the busy moms that I coach. Take a container of Greek yogurt, take a scoop of protein powder, throw it right in, mix it up. That's like 30 grams, 30, depending on like how much you like, it's like 30 grams of protein right there. 30 grams of protein, and it's gonna taste great depending on your protein powder, you know? So if you have like a good mint protein powder, you throw that in um, like a little vanilla Greek yogurt, that is like you're gonna get like this awesome like little mint protein pudding concoction. It's gonna be like 30 grams of protein for under 200 calories. You can't beat that. Depending on your yogurt, of course, the calories. Um, Prioritize protein when prepping. So there's food. There's meal prep and then there's food prepping. I like food prepping. It's like cooking a large batch of chicken breast, a large batch of ground beef, turkey, and like on a Sunday, and then you have it for like to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I do that a lot. I do that with my bison. So sometimes I get this like ancestral blend of bison. So it's like bison heart, liver. It's like this blend of bison, and then I mix that. It's like a pound of it, and then I mix that with regular bison, so
Yeah.
it's not as like gross. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. Okay. Weekly protein audit. Log everything you eat for 3 days. Don't change anything. Just track it to see your baseline. Use an app like MyFitnessPal. Focus only on protein grams and notice your patterns. If you like yogurt, you want to swap to Greek yogurt instead of regular yogurt because Greek yogurt, as you know, like a lot of them contain like way more protein. There's even those Greek yogurts with added protein. Add an egg to whatever you're eating is going to add 6 grams of protein. But remember what I said about egg whites too. And if you love juice, like a protein smoothie instead of juice, you can blend Greek yogurt, milk, and fruit. Bang out 14, 18 grams of protein right there. And now they have the clear whey's, like the clear whey's. So they're like fruity protein shakes, and they are pretty good. I just got the fruit punch one from Legion, and I must say it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna make like protein gummy bears with them, but yeah, they're a very good option. And third is Sunday meal prep wins. Cook a batch of chicken or beef. Um, you could do like a dozen hard-boiled eggs. You can make a big pot of lentil soup or chili. Those are all great things to prep for the week. All it takes is like 30 minutes, and you can set yourself up for success. Crowd out, don't cut out. So focus on adding, not removing foods. You'll naturally eat less of the other things. And notice how you feel. Track your energy and your hunger, not just the scale. Handling common challenges. Keep emergency protein in your car. Protein bars, nuts, shelf-stable shakes for busy days. When a new client signs with me, I always send them like a welcome package. Like I send them like a new hat, that type of stuff, and I always send them a pack of edamame, a pack of dry roasted edamame. Um, it's like the perfect car snack. I think it's 10 grams of protein, 100. It's like a 100 calorie pack, just edamame, and it's like the best protein snack. And make protein the star of your plate. You always hear me say, build your meal around protein. And if needed, eat your protein first. And if you mess up, like if you don't get enough protein in one meal, like if you were planning on going to that new healthy restaurant and the kids threw you off track and you winded up a crumbled cookie, it's okay because your next meal, just add protein to it. You're all good. Because don't wait until tomorrow because you still want to do it that day. You know, you don't want to just say, "Oh, I'll get my protein in tomorrow." No, get your protein in that day. Track your protein, even if it's just for 1 week. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. And there's like a little, stuff like guide that tells you like how much protein is in like certain things, you know. But think in that meal prep guide that like in the guides that I'm sending you, they're way more valuable than this little guide that I put together. But that is it. That is all. I share that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I know it's hard for a lot of you to get your protein in, and so I can't relate. That is one thing that I cannot relate to. I I'm weird. I base my life around protein, like literally. I eat a pound of. It used to be a pound of ground beef. Well, I always eat either steak or ground beef for dinner. But with this gut health, like I have like this food sensitivity thing. I'm not supposed to eat meat, so I'm able to eat bison. So I've been eating a pound of ground beef lately every night, and I eat a pound of ground beef every night. And I usually have chicken for lunch, and I base my meal. Today I had like a big chicken wrap with pickles and fermented carrots and stuff. It was pretty good. Yeah, Stephanie front loads her protein. She's here, and it's always I always see it on her story. And I mean that she's had so much success since joining the program, and it's the habits that she changed. Like who, not a lot of people are banging out 50 grams of protein in the morning. I mean that is so helpful. A lot of us think like, oh, that's just going to add to my calories. Yeah, it's going to add to your calories, of course, but you're just going to eat less calories later. She doesn't have to eat those 50 grams of protein later. She can, enjoy what she wants with her daughter at night. She can have mac and cheese if she wants. You know what I mean? So it really sets you up for success later in the day. Plus, it kills cravings more than anything. When I talk to my clients, like we talk about cravings every week, like it's one of my questions on my check-in form because that's like what gets like 70% of people is cravings. Like everybody can stay on point, but then you get that craving, like you get those like 5, 10 minutes that can completely take you out. You know what I mean? So the protein is really going to help with your cravings. My clients that eat breakfast, they don't have the cravings really, but my clients that wait until lunch or wait until like 2 o'clock to eat, it's a little bit more of a problem because our bodies are smart, but our brain, it doesn't like get that signal that we're full, you know? So there's some other things that, we do about cravings, but the protein one is the big one. Yeah, see, Colleen gets those edamame packs. They're so good. Those are part of my food sensitivity plan. I always have packs of them to send to clients, though, to new clients. How do I determine a good protein source per calorie? So I don't know if you've seen those videos, like the protein test, but basically, like so this is actually a subject that pisses me off a little bit. It's like the thing, like everything that says that it's high protein now. These protein Pop Tarts that just came out. So regular Pop Tarts are okay. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so regular Pop Tarts are 7 grams. 7 grams of protein in the two Pop Tarts. Okay, regular Pop Tarts. The Kellogg's just released protein Pop Tarts. Okay. Now it says protein on the box. There's regular Pop Tarts and the protein Pop Tarts. The protein Pop Tarts have 1.5 grams more protein in each Pop Tart, but they say they're protein Pop Tarts and they're more expensive. They're not really protein Pop Tarts. So society, like the food companies know, and they're already trying to fool people. So that's like a really good question. So for me to determine a protein source per calories, and when you say source, like I don't think you're talking about like source. You're talking about like protein amount per calories. So basically, you want something to have 10 grams of protein for every 100 calories to call it like a decent protein, something with protein. So a lot of protein bars are right on that brink. Like a Quest bar is probably like 200 calories, 20 grams of protein, but some other Quest bars are 200 calories and 16 grams of protein. It's a little off. Like these protein pretzels, 26 grams of protein for 200 calories. Pretty good. But then you got like Built bars, which are what, like 16 grams of protein for, let's say, 160 calories. But the source of their protein is collagen. So that matters too, because collagen isn't a full source of protein. So it's not really helping you. So when it comes to certain things, I try to rely on Whole Foods as my protein source. So if I eat a protein bar, like I don't say, oh, okay, that's part of my protein goal for the day. But for your question, 10 grams, 10 grams of protein for every 100 calories. So 20 grams of protein for 200 calories. That is like my thing for like a decent protein snack. Um, like the recipes that I make, that when I say they're high protein, making them homemade is a little bit harder. So like what homemade snacks, I would say Like that, you could lower that amount, like number a little bit, maybe like 15 grams of protein for every 200 calories. But for most things, you want to go for, 10 grams of protein for 100 calories. Yeah, protein shake in your coffee is wonderful. And honestly, like I don't do breakfast either. Like I work out early. I don't eat before my workout because I work out at 6 in the morning, but I push myself like super hard at the gym, just like a lot of you guys do. And I just can't really eat right after that. You know what I mean? Fiber is super important. Um, You want to be going for about like 30 grams of fiber, 35 grams of fiber at the very least every single day. Fiber is just important as protein, and it's just not talked about nearly as much. Um, you want to have fiber at every meal. You want like think fruit, think beans, think seeds, think grains, think vegetables. Those are all amazing sources of fiber. Ground beef with what? Just seasoned? Well, I season it, yes. But what do I usually eat my ground beef with? I usually do potatoes. I like fried potatoes. Like I cut up potatoes plain and I throw them in the air fryer, or I get these thing called proper fries, which are like the best frozen fries in the world. They're just like literally just potatoes and like 1% like oil. I do that. I'll do cauliflower rice. I'll do pickles. I'll do like lots of stuff mixed up with the ground beef. Well, with the bison these days. And so eggs are part of my food sensitivity thing, but I always used to throw an egg in there when I was almost done cooking my ground beef and like cook it up in there. So good. And then I put the cauliflower rice in there or the rice in there, like while it was like still cooking. And it's almost like this fried rice thing. That's probably like my go-to almost every night, but these days I can't do the eggs or the ground beef. We have more questions. Club soda. They make crazy flavors of club soda these days. This flavor is strawberry, kiwi, pineapple. It's called Strawberry Sunset. It's bubbly. So I'm glad I recorded this one today. And I appreciate you all coming. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of everybody because I'm going to have ChatGPT pick one of you for a little prize that I'll be announcing in the forum. There's no more questions. We can wrap things up. I appreciate you all being here tonight. It's day two of the challenge, and you guys have been kicking butt. Like my goal was to make this challenge better than last year's, and honestly, I talk out of my ass a lot. Like I manifest things. Like that's like also a way to manifest things. But like I didn't honestly at the time I didn't think it was possible to make it better than last year. And then I said I was gonna make this one better. And guess what? These 2 days have been better than last year, and these next 2 days are gonna be better than last year. I am so proud of each and every one of you. You guys are absolutely crushing it. You're showing up on the forum. You're getting your workouts in. You're paying attention. You're showing up to the lives. It's all I can ask for. Like, so that's all I wanted to do was give you guys value during this. You know what I mean? We do have 2 days left. If you guys are interested in coaching after, we can talk about that. Like if you want like a customized plan post Wednesday, you know what I mean? If you want to continue this, but I don't like to be salesy in these things. If you want to work together, I would be more than happy to have each and every one of you as my client. But yeah, I don't like to be very salesy during these things because these things I just like to give value. You know what I mean? And it is Black Friday, so you know where to reach me. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be like a salesman on these things because it's not always like a good look, you know? Do I want you guys as my client? Of course. Like, do I want to help you guys achieve your fitness goals? Absolutely. But you guys have to want it too. And I know after this challenge that when you guys look for a coach, you're going to come find me. But I'm not going to push you guys into anything just because you joined the challenge. So you don't have to worry about that. Do we have any other questions? Yeah, Michelle was in last year's challenge and she's saying this one's better, which is awesome because it's just really cool because when I first became a coach, I remember my first challenge and like my first challenge, I actually somehow got 20 people. I think my second challenge, I got like 8 people, 12, 16. Even like, I surround myself with a lot of other fitness coaches. Like I always go to Canada and there's like this big conglomerate of coaches and nobody gets like 100 people in their challenge, like let alone like back-to-back years. So I'm doing something right. And to have the ability to help you guys, like even if you guys just like took one key benefit from tonight's training about protein and you're just going to implement that one thing, that's what I'm here for, you know? But if we don't have any other questions, I will wrap things up. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming. I will see you guys tomorrow night. If you need anything, post it on the forum, shoot me a message on Everfit. Let's get it. I'm going to be dropping the next thing in the resource library. I'll probably do it before I go to sleep, but you guys will see it in the morning. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I'm going to be making an announcement in the forum shortly. Let me just make one more screenshot. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have the best day ever.